Hello world, I'm Jake Short, husband, father, realtor, and former home inspector, coming at you on Monday. I believe it's March 27th, and today we're going to start a little segment I'm going to call Market Update Monday. Mondays is the start of the week. It's a good day to kind of see what happened over the weekend and to take the information we got from last week about the market and start looking at those metrics and applying them to what we think might happen this coming week. I've got notes here in my hand, so if you see me glance down, I'm looking down at my notes here. But the first thing on my list is rates, interest rates. They're at about 6.4%. You know, that's a decent average. Everyone's rate is going to be different depending on their circumstances. But at 6.4%, that's only 2% higher than it was this time last year. And last year was a phenomenal year for interest rates. And toward the end, it started to climb up there and up and up and up, and it got as high as 9%. And we're coming down to more like a stabilizing factor at around 6.5% or so. And as the market, well, let's be honest, the market's volatile. This is the most volatile it's been in at least a couple of years, perhaps as many as 6 or 7. I mean, the market is just a really, really difficult one to predict right now. But on a positive note, another positive note, according to Freddie Mac and the Feds and all them, the number of applications for new purchases, or not new purchases, but home purchases for new mortgages, it rose by 2%, and it's been raising by 1 to 2% week by week. So we're seeing more buyers start to come on the market. We're seeing more buyers start to look more and actually get more serious about buying a house. So again, good metrics, and we're pushing forward in this. Buyers appear to be ready because interest rates are starting to go down. So studies are showing, research is showing that plenty of buyers out there that have been, or plenty of people out there that have been sitting on it, have been waiting until the market is kind of starts to fix itself. They're starting to come up and come out of the bushwork, if you will. They're waiting for that decrease in rate, and rates are starting to stabilize. They're decreasing, especially from 9 as they were just earlier this year. So we're seeing buyers come out of the woodworks, and more buyers are showing up. In February, just last month, February, the number of sales, the number of home sales that were posted actually went up. They haven't done that in 12 months. I mean, we haven't seen more houses being sold or even coming on the market for a year. But finally, we're seeing some positive numbers. People are selling their houses more. We have more buyers coming up. We have more sellers popping in. We're starting to get a good run on the market here, especially as we pop into spring. Congratulations, everyone. It is officially spring, March 23rd, first day of spring. Hopefully that groundhog was not fully correct and we don't have as much winter coming. I want spring to come. I want a nice, robust real estate season. I want spring to hit hard, and I want it to fix all the nonsense that's been happening for the past 6 to 8 months of this. So pray for a good spring. The sun is shining today, melting all the snow up here, which is fantastic. Home prices are stabilizing, and this does not mean they're dropping like crazy, like 20-30%. They are stabilizing. So we're not seeing as much rapid growth of home prices. They are kind of plateauing, and they're going to hang out there for a bit, and they're going to stabilize there. No one is predicting that they're going to go, at least not the gurus. That doesn't happen, because if they plunge like that, then that's when banks start to really fail, more than they already are. We've had a few banks in California just kind of close their doors, turn up and turn over, and just close out. And that's not good for anybody. When any banks start to close, it's not good for anybody. Interest rates, not a good thing. Just where the money is and where it's being held, it needs to be solid in banks. Otherwise, people start fighting for it, and it becomes really messy. That's a whole nother video series on that, and I'm not going to get into that because I'm not the expert on that. But I am the expert in real estate. I can tell you that the people that I follow, the people that I get my information from, they've been pretty spot on. I mean, I've been saying for months now that house prices aren't just going to tank. They're not just going to dive down to nothing. It just doesn't happen like that. They're going to stabilize. They're going to plateau. I've used the word plateau for the past 3 months. They're going to plateau, and they're starting to do that right now. House prices are stabilizing. Got that. Oh, I like this one. So, a home and mortgage expert, his name is Holden Lewis, said that if you are waiting for interest rates to drop, you know, if you're waiting for them to drop substantially was the word he used. I love that word. But if you're waiting for that substantial drop, you're going to be waiting a lot longer than you might expect. With how volatile the market is, with how house prices are kind of stabilizing, you can expect to see the interest rates now at 6.5 are going to stabilize. They're going to stay there for a while. Every day, though, it changes. One day it could go up to 6.7%. You know, it could jump that high that fast, but it could also drop that low. It could drop to 6.3, and the next day 6.1. If it hits that, jump on it then. If it drops that much in 2 days, jump on it, because over the next couple days, it'll probably start to climb back up to the 6.5-ish range for that stabilization factor, which we're going to kind of see, because the housing market, as well as the interest rates, they kind of stabilize because the feds don't control the interest rate, but with their buying rate, that has a huge influence on the interest rate. So the interest rate that we see as buyers and sellers and as realtors. So, you know, the feds use that rate to really try to balance out inflation, which they feel they've succeeded at, because we're not feeling the serious effects of inflation that we were even 2 months ago. Things are starting to, quote, balance out. Now, granted, people are still hurting. We're still having plenty of economic problems, but, you know, that word recession that was coming up a lot just a month ago, 2 months ago, I haven't heard it nearly as much in any of the economical trends that I follow. So I don't think we're approaching a recession. A lot of the gurus would agree. We're not. It doesn't look like we're going to hit there. The feds use their rate, and not the rate, their buying rate, and all the tools they have to kind of keep inflation from, you know, blasting us off into oblivion. So thank you for that, and thank God that we're all still alive, and that the sun's still shining, and that we have food on our tables. I mean, that's a hard thing sometimes, especially when money gets even tighter and tighter and tighter. So thank God for all that. I'll finish up here with a fun little fact. I like this one. So Freddie Mac, if you don't know who Freddie Mac is, it's not a person. It's a ginormous company. They're the ones who own a lot of mortgages. Plenty of your mortgage payments eventually end up to them. So it's a giant conglomerate company that just basically buys mortgages from smaller local banks, and that's kind of what makes the mortgages work the way they do. And it's one reason why we can buy homes and only pay, you know, I'm not going to say cheap, because mortgages and rents right now are astronomical, but, you know, we're not paying $100,000 a month for a house, or we don't have to drop $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 right away to live in a house. We have a monthly payment, and it's because of these conglomerates like Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae that we have the ability to have a mortgage and not have to buy a house up front, all those hundreds of thousands of dollars, or live in a box. So I'm kind of glad we have them, because, you know, I pay a mortgage and I'm happy that it's only X amount of dollars a month, not I'm out, as I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, anyway, Freddie Mac. Their research shows, and I've mentioned this before to several of you, so here it is again. Freddie Mac's research shows that home buyers can save between $600 to $1,200 annually by shopping around and collecting rates and quotes from lenders. I'm going to close by just throwing this out there. If you're looking to buy a house, if you haven't talked to a lender yet, or even if you have talked to a lender, go talk to another one. Go talk to 2 more. I've got 3 that I recommend to all of my clients. Talk to all 3. Talk to 4 or 5. get their rates, get their quotes, and find the best deal for you. Every single lender has a different product. It's not like a retail store where you walk in and they have stuff on the shelves, but they have products. They have different loans for different people. So by asking several of them, what would I pay you in the end of all this? Get the quotes, find out which one has the better deal, and as long as the loan is a similar product, then really you're saving the money, and that's really what it's all about. As much as you can save for getting what you need to get done, you're a winner. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have more videos coming this week. And do that whole like and subscribe and hit the bell and do all those things for me, for you, for Williams, for Northern Arizona. I love you all. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.